there, Taurus. I hope the new year is treating you well so far. Welcome to Mountain Medicine Tarot. I am Bindi, and it's January 2018. I hope the new year is welcoming you very, very nicely, and I hope this helps. We're going to go ahead and get started here with a medicine wheel spread. So I want to start with these orange cards right here, and I'll go over a little bit of the positions. Down here is going to be your past. We'll grab one for the center. Center for Taurus. And then we have the past right here. Past, other relationships, regards for other people, the childlike self. There's lots of different meanings for this area, so we'll see what the card says. And then we move here to within. So this is inner belief systems, working on yourself, your body, your self-expression, your self-vulnerability. Those types of things are there. And then we have north, which is the place of the buffalo and abundance and manifestation and connecting upwards to the stars. And then here is forward movement, which is in like the physical realm. So we have within, which is connected to within. So this is like your center, and this is what you're concentrating on in your inner workings. This is your past, having to do with relationships and other people. Also your childlike self and vulnerability of the heart matters. And then up here we connect to the higher knowing and manifestation and great mystery or God source, whatever it is that you believe. And then over here is forward movement, going on with 2018, or more specifically January. So on the bottom of the deck here we have healing. So that is in your works. And here in the center we have the medicine wheel, which is this cycle that we're doing. So the medicine wheel has all 4 positions with a colored stone. And so I think this will be really helpful for you. And I'm really happy that we just got another card for the center, because the center is just this cycle, this flow. So that is I'll go back to the wheel here. The wheel is all about knowing what to do next based upon what you already know. So it's an evolution process. It just is a reminder everything moves forward. Even if you feel stagnant, you're not. You're always and constantly moving. So cycles come, cycles go. Just don't be worried about that. Don't be worried about change. And healing is here. This medicine bowl is one that they would grind the herbs in. And so then they would like fill that up with water and look inside of it and be able to have visions and things. So this card has a lot of meanings as well, and we'll come back to it to see if it's you who needs the healing, if you are a person who would perform healing, that type of thing. So then we move here to the past, and we have fertility, and this is a really good card. It's all about planting your seeds in fertile ground, whether that be a new business idea, career, relationship. It's just really good energy as far as forward movement. It's like a really good yes answer. So we'll see what that's about here. And going within, we have this decision card. So the fact that there's lots of people around the fire just is a reminder to say, even though we have decisions to make that might involve other people, the decision is still up to us and our highest good and our best interest. So just keep that in mind as we move forward, and we'll get more cards in each position, so don't worry. As we move up to this northern spot, perfect, we have great mystery. So that is God force, source, the crack in the universe, the void, meditation itself, enlightenment, whatever it is that you call it. But this is just connecting to the stars. But more importantly, this break, like this willingness and ability to move forward with your mind in such a way that you can see, past, present, and future all at the same time. So that's a very powerful card and right where it needs to be on the wheel. And then here with the forward movement, we have the place of the south, which is right here with the childlike self and the relationship. So that goes to show, even though we have some really good energy down here with fertility, moving forward has to do with the innocent aspect and working as a pack, like a wolf pack, other people, and we have other people here. So let's grab the next deck and see where we are guided to move forward with the center. So we're going to do the center for Taurus, January 2018. Taurus being a really earthy sign, which is going to be so good for you moving into 2018. I feel like, okay, we have that one that flipped. And this is the energy of Pisces. So I wrote these on some of these cards just because the moons, like on the top it says big winds moon. There's lots of different moons, and they all represent a different time on the zodiac. And this one is Pisces, so it can mean that you have a little bit of a Pisces energy within you. Sorry, I'm trying to get it to not be bright. Okay. It's more likely to be within you than it is to be another person. And the Pisces aspects that it's wanting you to shine through are these psychic abilities, self-discipline, and leadership. So Pisces is a very soft sign, and we have healing here. So I just really like those energies together. I feel like that feels very safe and cuddly and just a really good energy right there with the healing, because Pisces in and of themselves are just very soft-spoken. They're usually really good with other people. So let's see what comes down here in the relationship part. Seeing as how that's obviously fertile ground, we've got some healing there and some water and earth energy mixing together. So let's see. Alright, we've got two cards that flew out, and we have the energy of Cancer also. So this water energy is going to be really big for you. It's social invitations, creative pursuits, and joy. So Cancer are cute and cuddly as well as far as the zodiac sign goes. We have like some baby raccoons here, and they're just really cute and cuddly and sweet. And I just feel like that really, not stagnant energy, but just a really free-flowing and sweet-hearted energy is just really refreshing. And I just feel that for you guys. And that leads to social invitations and things. So be careful not to hunker down. There's really no need. You have very fertile ground here in your friend sector, I guess you could say. And then right here popped out as well for the same space, and this is the Spirit of the South. So the South came out twice. Both of these are the same card, same meaning, same everything. So lessons, growth, trust, innocence, inner child. So it's a really big part. It's almost like this entire half of the entire reading is all south, and then like everything else is like little quarters. So I'm trying to think of the best way to explain the south energy, and I will be thinking about it because it's obviously very predominant for you Taurus. Alright, so let's go within Taurus. Alright, so then we have, oh my gosh, the South again. And this is for this corner over here with the decisions. And this says personal space, openness, and faith. How crazy. So we can pay a little bit of attention to the animals, but the east is represented by the eagle and flying, and so this one has kind of the opposite to do with flying. It is not so much moving forward right here and now. It's more like getting in tune with these aspects of yourself that are very sweet, kind, down to earth, grounded, and just be that example for other people, because I feel like other people need your grounding energy right now, and I can attest to that being like a fire sign And the meditations that I've had for 2018 have been really, really crazy as far as forward movement, as far as personal business, online business, sole proprietorship, soul-based, soul-centered businesses are a big deal right now. So, as everyone is kind of moving forward into owning their own business, working from home, working for themselves, and if you have questions about that, ask me. Just comment if that screams you. Let me know, because it definitely screams me. But that energy of moving forward of the new year is very analysis paralysis. And so you being a earth sign with all this water energy, I want you to just, when you're going around your other people, because we have the south lots of times, I want you to stay very grounded and connected to the earth and connected to the water, and exercise that for the people around you, because I think a lot of people are going to be experiencing some huge amounts of stress. And so I'd like to say that your reading is going to be about you. But I just feel like the social invitations, we've got lots of people over here, leadership here, South Shield many times, it's really about personal space and about how other people view you and how you view being in social situations, etc. So, if you feel like you need to put up boundaries, then do so, because I don't want you to get taken advantage of. I just can feel your grounding, earthy, watery energy, and it's just refreshing. So, be careful of everybody taking a drink, obviously. You want to take care of you. And at the end of the day, just remember that you are an infinite creator, and let's see what goes up there. Oh, the medicine wheel again. How interesting. Another duplicate. So the medicine wheel came out again. It's that reminder of cycles, growth. Everything moves forward for one reason or another, and if nobody makes a decision, it moves forward anyway. So this one is all about oneness, inner growth, which we have again, contemplation. So that has to do with this decision you're going through right now. So we're going to keep going. I'm going to pull another one from this deck for that space, just because that alignment is really trippy. And we have purity, so the space of the north, and that's where we're placing this card, is the north sector. And so this one says inner child as well. It is actually the polar opposite of the south. These cards match up, but not perfectly. So they're just two different decks. This one, when it says inner child, it's saying utilize your roots in order to grow and reach up towards the skies. So this card for me is way more about the stars and connecting higher and connecting to your higher self and knowing what to do, because you are as connected as you are. So it's this purity of the north, and that's why it reflects the south so much, is because rather than seeing your inner child and beating him or her up or trying to take away feelings because they are too hard to deal with, anything like that, we definitely don't want that hunker down type energy. This one says freedom and innocence. So, we'll see as we go forward, because north and south popped up, and then, so south is on here a total of 3 times, medicine wheel 2 times, and we'll see how it continues. So let's move forward with Taurus 2018 New Year. 2018 New Year, January for Taurus. Taurus, moving forward for January. Okay, so for January, oh, perfect. So Aries got this in these exact same placement, which I think is wonderful. So we have these piercing eyes here, and it says mastery. And we have the wolf here again. The animal meanings of these cards do not coincide, like I said, as much as I like them to. The one thing I do like about the wolf, though, is the piercing eyes and how certain these wolves are that they are seeing the truth and that they recognize everything that has already happened and learned from it in such a way that they won't do that part again. So even if you're going through these cycles and you might see more things reoccurring that you've seen before, you are not just trying to be drove crazy by your spirit guides. It's actually just your evolution, and every single time around you know something different. So I feel like the wolf has come out a total of 3 times now. So if you are connected to wolves, that's very, very likely. So let me know how that resonates. We're still going to pull 2 more decks. Just very cool. As far as this blue moon card is very connected to this placement up here. It's like mastering manifestation. You've got like the original source of the entire universe and then mastery. So it really is about creating your own reality and manifesting whatever it is your heart desires. So the next deck here is some animals, and I'm really curious to see what pops out for you, because you've got you've got lots of like mirrors going on. So as far as just the north and south facing each other, okay, this one popped, so we're gonna put this one in the middle. This little guy, he's a skunk, and there's no bad meetings. That's exactly why this one is labeled reputation. Because somebody's going to get, like, pulled the skunk card and be like, oh, I don't want to be a skunk. But actually, skunks are really adorable. They are not very aggressive unless provoked. And it is because they have this power, you know, to reflect anyone that they want. So it's about mastering that and knowing when to reflect and when to, you know, point that towards other people. So we'll see a little bit as things evolve if there's more to that card, but for the most part, skunks really are cute and cuddly. Even if they were like to be descented, they actually make good pets, which is pretty nuts, but they don't have to be this hated thing. So then we have the south, and I'm excited to see what animal comes to the south. So, Southern Hemisphere for Taurus 2018. Okay, and we have a mouse. Okay, so details. The thing about mice is that they can't see very high up. They always have their noses pointing down, and their eyesight is not so good. And so whatever they do with their hands and their little fingers and their little whiskers. And so it can get very meticulous, or if that's the right word, meticulous, with them, because they're like counting every single tiny little grain of sand, right? So I'm thinking there might be some relationship, something or another, because we've got lots of water energy. It almost feels a little bit, I don't know, because for me, I see like a really pretty little pond with glass-like reflection and all of these cute little animals just having a wonderful time, and that's the energy I'm feeling overall for this reading. I'm just worried that maybe you're feeling alone, or, you know, having something like that go on. But within, we have this Mother Earth, and that's exactly the energy I was just describing. Everything I was just saying about the pond is this card. So it's Mother Earth energy. It really is just like this really sturdy, very providing, very nurturing energy. And it kind of goes along here with healing. So I'm just thinking, and this is over here with this decision. So we have the South and then Mother Earth. There's a lot of water in here, and so I almost wonder if maybe you have we don't have a Scorpio on here, but we have everything else. Cancer and a Pisces are possible. Or it's just those energies that you should be embodying right now. So then we have the Armadillo, which is all about boundaries. So I think a lot of this South Shield stuff, with all of this pointing to the south, has to do with putting up a little bit of a protection spell around yourself. I like to say that more than anything else, because I don't want you to be building walls. I just want you to be creating, you know, this little light bulb around yourself, because, you know, the turtle's got the really tough back, and this guy's got a really tough back, and then this guy is kind of scared and going away. So we want to be more this than this. And so I think, and we've got fertility here as well. So this is a yes answer. So I'm interested to see what it is you guys are going through, because it seems like fertile ground that you're treading on. It's just a little rocky right now, and that's why we've got the medicine wheel twice, and you're connected to the universe. You know when someone is lying, and we've got trust over here, lots of water energy. So I feel like this is probably a relationship reading, but it doesn't have to be. You can put this fertile ground to anything. This can be career, this can be family, this can be your business, whatever. So I would love to do personal readings to know more, just because it's hard to decide, and I like it when people can tell me, oh yeah, that's a relationship reading. So next we're going to go and move forward here with this East Shield, which is actually represented by the eagles. It's all about the sunrise. It's brand new energy. It's always new beginnings, and what we already have is the inner child. I'm wondering if it's even like inner child that needs to come forward, so that you're living with that foot forward, with connected to the earth, connected to the water, really strong in their beliefs, and connected to their inner child. And it's not something that gets beat up. It's something that you're learning your lessons. And other people should be, and if they aren't, then they should be, like, worshiping that. Because right now is the time. This one I just flipped over, so I figured that you probably saw it on here, so I didn't want to not use it. This is camouflage. So we have this mastery and recognition, evolution. So some things happening that you just kind of need to be in transition for. Just know that the cycles turn no matter what you do. So follow your joy. And this one is about camouflage, and what I like about these both being wolves is because wolves and the big cats all share this keen instinct of knowing what to say and when. So the cats, like jaguars and that, are a lot of times associated with like secrets and stuff, and this one is more like, I have a plan and I'll let you know in bits and pieces. Does that make sense? So you're not keeping secrets from everybody, or anyone for that matter. You just are simply figuring yourself out, and you don't have to tell everyone everything all the time. So, I mean, take that however this means to you, but that's kind of what the camouflage is just being strategic with your ideas and being strategic in the people that you trust and talk to. Because I feel like trust is probably a big thing. And if you're in a relationship and you're freaking out because you're getting a reading about trust and lots of other relationships and stuff, then just because I do feel like more than one energy here. So do let me know. I've got one more deck to pull from. So I've got these little tiny ones. These are Amazonian. They're from like 2012-13 Awakening. Alright, so in the center we have the monkey. And this little dude is upside down. He is the representation of the left brain. So it kind of goes along with this, where they're using their little thumbs and they're kind of fidgeting with things and they're trying to open stuff, and it's kind of like in this head down type flow that's more of like a push. So it's kind of left brain sporadic right there. And then we've got like this reputation too, but you're such a sweet sign, and you are connected to the stars, obviously. It's just about being strategic with your energy. You, like I said, people might be trying to drink from your cup an awful lot right now. We've got boundaries multiple times and other energies multiple times. So just be very, not even cautious, but just strategic, and stay sweet and nice and comfortable, and just make sure yourself is comfortable. And then we have this little ocelot. He's two. He is so, like I said, we've got the camouflage here. So this is kind of the same thing as far as secrets. And I was thinking about him a little earlier because his medicine is he actually walks up so high that he comes down with sunspots because everywhere else in the forest is dark and shady. He goes up higher than any other animal other than birds, and when he comes down, he's yellow with spots. So it's this like super miraculous phenomenon, right? And so the people back in ancient times or, cultural primitive times made up, not made up, but, understood the vibration behind that. And it's also very difficult to get the big cats to speak. And a lot of animals are able to convey messages, with their dark eyes. And these ones, they'll give you dark eyes, but I don't know if you've had a difference between like a dog and a cat. Like this one's trying to convey something, and this one's like, I know, but that doesn't mean you do. So we have that energy. And I think it's you. I think it's needed from you more so than like somebody doing this to you. I think it's more like you need to make your plans or a decision because there's a decision on the mind. And there's some underlying healing going here. And we've got the left brain, so it's pretty typical as far as the energies for 2018 that I've been receiving, because I did do a meditation for overall 2018 for all the signs, and it really is balancing male and female energies, right? You've got the Mother Earth, who's completely nurturing and always giving, and then the armadillo over here with boundaries, where it's just like, I'm not going to give you all of that. And that's okay. And everyone needs to understand that. So you don't have to lose a person or cut off a person or be secretive in a way that doesn't feel aligned with you. It's just a matter of like knowing when to come, when to go, when to pick details, and when to just be you and like have your own space for you to do whatever it is that lights your soul up, because a lot of times getting into that flow, lighting our soul up that way, creates the decision to be made. So once you're in flow, once you're in alignment, once you're connected to your sign, which is earth and water, and that's everybody's to-do list for 2018. Earth, water, earth, water. Just go back and forth with those. Like the water sign, or the air signs and the fire signs are stomping the brakes, and all of the water and earth signs are needing to step up. So I don't want you to do that if your energy does not permit, but just be very conscious of your energy and your energy levels and give yourself the things that you need. It sounds like such a simple task, right? But like we all have such a hard time remembering, to take care of ourselves. And the answer comes when we spoil ourselves. So now we're going to go within and find out kind of the root of whatever it is you have that you're struggling with. So we're going to go over there with the turtle. Okay. These cards almost shuffle too good because they just keep going and going and going. Card, please. Card, please, for Taurus. 2018. Okay. And now we have Spirit Canoe. So it's get it right side up here. It's like etched in stone, but it's a canoe. It's called the Spirit Canoe. So it just reminds you that there's waves along the way. You have to take shelter sometimes. Let's see what it says for that one. So it's the same as the medicine wheel as far as the overall, message. All I wrote was Spirit Canoe. So the message is the same as medicine wheel, which is moving forward is an adventure. It's a journey. It's fun. It's supposed to be fun, and you're supposed to enjoy yourself. And if you're not, then start taking care of yourself better. Because what we have here is a scorpion. So this is like the one and only... Okay. Let me tune in here. And this is up here with this forward movement, moving forward in action steps. So if you do not do this and you keep giving of your cup and keep spiraling again, you will just keep seeing the same lessons. And as you can see, this Scorpion is going after the light. He's coming for the light. He's going to pinch the light. So this is a one and only bad omen card. And I don't say that to scare you, because everything here is really positive. I'm just saying, you need to master your decisions. What have you already made? What direction have you already taken? Did that work? Yes or no? Take action accordingly. So it is the omen of repeated suffering. That is Scorpion energy. So take that as you will. It's more of that. Ooh. So that just flipped. We've got this like red and black energy going on. This one is cutting cords. So this is a ceremony that I'm going to do in my group really soon. It's not something to be like crazy scared of, but if you're in some sort of situation, the situation itself needs to end. So definitely reach out to me if this is screaming you, because this outside energy doesn't feel wonderful. I feel like there's a really strong person here and their cycles are continuing, and it's, we need to do a personal reading. But this is cutting cords and this is your last card. So that's really weird because fertility is right there. Cutting cords, start again. Cut cords, start again. So I'm thinking somebody is just cycling through probably a relationship, and this might even be like a family member or even a job where you're just kind of back and forth and back and forth. And what they're asking you to do is, this time, rather than concentrating on the tiny, minute little details, which is here, just focus on the fact that life moves on regardless. And you don't have to be stuck in this south side. It does feel a little bit swarmed. You guys as Tauruses tend to have that Mother Earth energy. So just be really, I don't want you to be a giver right now. I want you to be a little bit more strategic and understand what has already happened and give yourself the healing that you need. And it ends up being cutting cords. And then I've got this little one right there I'm going to read. So it was just on the bottom of the deck, and it's the bee. I'll flip it over. So here's the little bee with all of the little hives, and it's about sacred geometry, so cycles, apprenticeship, which is all about learning, seeking and creating beauty, a group mind and unity, open heart. It says to use sounds and to gather spiritual sights to gain abundant nectar. So using sounds like those really high-pitched tuning forks would be really beneficial. So yeah, it's, I would say reach out to a lot of people who are going through the same situation. And then we've got this one here, and this is the cosmic egg, so it's kind of the same thing right there. Let me read it just in case it, pulls it all together, which I really hope it does. It's all about resilience, and then a secure nest, so a really good place to hunker down and be yourself, and then creation, breaking out of your shell, which I feel a lot of, and then overall positivity, because there's fertility here, there's a lot of moving forward. I just feel like this cycle is getting a little redundant. So there might be something that's straining your energy, taking too much energy that you're ready to let go of. And it's that simple. And if you already know what it is, then getting in your own way is really not helping anything. And you're never limited. No one is limited to making any decisions they don't want to make. And we have the death card that just flips. So, yeah. Interesting. I wonder why it's so close to fertility right there. Because fertility is in the past. This is what's past, and then as we go full circle, it's like Spirit's asking you to kind of finally cut the cord. Or else the cycle just simply continues, because then right after this guy is the south again. And then from the south, we end up with this decision, and then we just kind of go with the flow a little bit too much, or not prepare ourselves properly, not place our boundaries ahead. And so I don't want you to barricade yourself, but just as much. So, I do hope this helped, Taurus. Reach out to me if you need to. Like I said, 2018 is a really big year. People might be relying on you quite a bit because you are an earth sign, and that's going to be very valuable moving in to this new year, because there is so much forward movement just as far as what's going on in astrology. We have several eclipses coming up. It's the first time in a really long time that the Roman astrological calendar has matched up with the Western zodiac, like newspaper type of astrology. So for the first time in a really long time, like the same event is the same day on the same. So it's crazy. So just keep all that in mind. There are so many possibilities. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do ever. You can decide at any point in time. You don't have to worry about the tiny details. Spirit's got your back. Obviously, you've got all this really positive energy at your disposal. It just seems a little bit chaotic, and it's kind of doing this. So just kind of flow with it, create your boundary, and continue on in a way that honestly only you understand. And that's okay. Like, I feel like this needs to be your decision and your going. And see, we've got this, if it's like, if you've mastered the cycles, then this. Like, then you would stop it because of how you love yourself. So let me know how helpful or accurate this is, because I feel like there's a lot of community around you. There's a lot of abundant energy. The manifestation power is definitely there. I think you need to break out and declare your own freedom a little bit. So let me know how that goes. If you would like to work with me, just email me on here, comment on here, or I have a Facebook group called Mountain Medicine Mindset. And we do group programs in there. I pull live cards where you can like be one-on-one with me a little bit. And I do that once a week on Wednesdays. So go ahead and type that in, and I'll put the link down below. But other than that, I will see you guys next month. Have a good one.